चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी। बरनउँ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरऊ कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही संभाई। सहस बदन तुम्हरो जस गावे अस कहीं श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कबि कौबिद कहि सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपत दीन्हा। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मैली मुख माहि जलदि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत की तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघु बरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्ब सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गुसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ करे कोई, छूट ही बंधि महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्ध साकी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। की जय नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। पवन तने संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय हनुमान। It is the Kartik month, and the beauty is during this Kartik month we are doing the Damodar Leela. And in the last session we saw how Ma Yashoda was able to tie Shri Krishna. Or shall we say that Shri Krishna allowed Ma Yashoda to tie him in the bandhan. And the beautiful way in which the Gurus put it is that if you are able to, or if the Lord allows you to tie him in a knot, in a bandhan, that is when you become bandhan mukt. You become free from the shackles of life and birth. इस माया के बंधन से हम छूट जाते हैं अगर प्रभु हमारे बंधन में बंध जाते हैं। As simple as that, right? कहते हैं ना कि सबके तरफ से अपनी माया, सबके तरफ से अपना प्यार बटोर के वो जो धागा है वो श्री राम या श्री कृष्ण प्रभु की तरफ डाल दीजिए। All our attachments towards the world, if we just remove that knot and we throw it towards the Lord and tie him in that, that is all that is needed. We are not trying to become, in a way, non-attached, but we are just changing the direction of our attachment. अभी जो हमारी ममता बच्चों में है, परिवार में है, घर में है, संसार में है, उसी को छोड़ना है और उस सब को प्रभु में लगा देना है। माँ यशोदा ने भी तो यही किया ना। उनके when we look at her, उनके मन में, उनके अस्तित्व के लिए और कोई नहीं है श्री कृष्ण के अलावा। While she is working, while she is walking, while she is interacting, all she is thinking about is the Lord. And that is called true devotion. And over here, just imagine, it is of course not possible. I would like to read from the book today. It says, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki Gita Press ke gutke se book se, in relation to the Lord, there is neither inside nor outside. अब प्रभु को हम कैसे, मतलब कई लोग बोलते हैं हम प्रभु को जान गए। अब जिसका भीतर बाहर कुछ है नहीं, उनको आप कैसे जान सकते हो? हाँ, यू कैन एक्सपीरियंस हिम, यू कैन फील हिम, उनकी अनुभूत हो सकती है, पर आप ये दावा कहते कि मैं जानता हूँ ठाकुर जी कैसे हैं, ये तो बड़ा मुश्किल है। So over here it says, in relation to the Lord, there is neither inside nor outside, neither before nor behind. At the same time, he exists before as well as after, inside as well as outside the universe. Or we shall say, he is the universe itself. Regarding that unmanifest Lord who is above sense perception, though now disguised in a human semblance. So over here, we are trying to understand how could Ma Yashoda tie Shri Krishna in the bandhan. And over here in the Bhagavad, they are saying when there is no inside, no outside to the Lord, right? When He is in the universe and the universe is within Him, is there any possibility in which we can say that we can tie the Lord? पर माँ यशोदा ने तो बांध लिया. How is it possible? See, when we look at this, we realize that tying the Lord does not mean that you understand Him. Tying the Lord is when you love Him totally. क्योंकि बंधन तो प्यार का होता है, बाकी सब तो बेकार के बंधन है. So that is why in the Damodar Leela, the scriptures are clearly saying, although He is beyond our senses, because our senses are made of Rajas, Sattva and Tamas, right? But what is the Lord? Lord is गुणातीत. अब उस गुणातीत को आप रजस, सत्व और तमस से समझ ही नहीं सकते. He is beyond you. And if somebody claims कि Lord समझ आ गए, भगवान समझ आ गए, तो आपको पूछना चाहिए कैसे समझ आए, right? So over here, Ma Yashoda has tied him in bhakti, in love. And as we saw in the Leela, it was Sri Krishna himself who allowed her to tie. What was it? 2 fingers, right? Surrender and grace. Once you totally surrender, the Lord will shower His grace on you. How? Then you might say that there is no, why isn't the grace always flowing? Is the grace selective? ऐसा नहीं होता. But when you surrender, the grace reaches you. A simple example that we did in the last session is, when you are standing under the rain and it is raining and you have the umbrella, will you get drenched? You won't. But when you totally remove the umbrella, right, that is the surrender, then the rain reaches you. The rain is always there. So over here, Shri Krishna has allowed Ma Yashoda to tie, and now Ma Yashoda has gone in to do her pending work, because since morning it was utter chaos, and Shri Krishna has done nothing less to increase her work with the monkeys and his friends and all the butter. So she has a lot of cleaning, lot of work, and now that Shri Krishna is tied safely according to her, okhal se bandh diya अच्छे से, so she thinks कि now you don't move, you stay here, right? Otherwise you watch out. The gopiyas have gone, his friends have gone, the monkeys have also gone. जब कोई बन जाता है, खराब समय आता है, तो अकेला ही खड़ा रहता है. अच्छे समय में सारी दुनिया साथ में खड़ी होती है. तो कृष्ण भी यही सोच रहे, देखो अब मैं जब बंद गया हूँ, सब मुझे छोड़ के चले गए, है ना. पर नहीं, सबने कोशिश की थी कि माँ यशोदा उनको ना बांधे, पर माँ यशोदा इतनी गुस्से में थी कि बोले कि नहीं, सब अपने अपने घर जाओ, ये मेरा बेटा है, मेरे को जो करना है मैं करूँगी. सो सब माँ यशोदा से डर के चले गए. ये संसारी लोग नहीं है ना, गोपी और ये जो गोप है, जो ग्वाले हैं, ये तो बड़े बड़े महाऋषि देव जो गोपियों का रूप धर के गोकुल पहुंच गए हैं, टू बी इन द विसिनिटी ऑफ द लॉर्ड. दे आर नॉट ऑर्डिनरी पीपल. So they are not, the materialistic philosophies do not apply to the Gokulvasi. Now Sri Krishna over here allowed himself to be bound by himself out of compassion. The Lord has a lot of compassion towards all of us. And there is no obligation for him to do anything for us. But क्या करें? उनका दिल ही ऐसा है. He's so compassionate कि वो बस छोटी छोटी हमारी झूठी छोटी बातों में भी आ जाते हैं, राइट. इसी के लिए तो गोकुलवासी उनको एक मक्खन के पीछे नचा लेते थे, राइट. सो कंपैशनेट इज आवर लॉर्ड. एंड देन आई वुड लाइक टू रीड मोर. Thus indeed was demonstrated by Shri Krishna his amiability to control of his own devotees, even though he is absolute master of himself, and although this universe along with its rulers, the Brahmas and the Vishnus and the Mahesh, is subject to his control. O dear Parikshit, neither his abode on his very person receives such aforesaid grace from him, the bestower of release, as Yashoda did. This clearly says that he is so devoted to his devotees that anybody, a true devotee, can make the Lord dance. वो उनसे जो चाहो वो करवा सकते हैं. And my Yashoda is showing us that. Because she is a true devotee, she was able to tie him in the shackles. And the said Lord, Sri Krishna, the Lord of Yashoda, is not so easily accessible in this world to those identified with the body. ये बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है. Or even to men of wisdom, and have become one with him as for those possessed of devotion. Now, there is something which is said in the Bhagavad also. The same thing which is being said over here has been said in the Ramayana also. And I think the message is loud and clear. जो स्थान एक भक्त का है ना, वो ना ज्ञानी का है, ना योगी का है, ना तपस्वी का है, ना ही वो एक अद्वैती का है जो भगवान से एक हो गया है. You know, many people say I've merged with the Lord. Many people do a lot of, tapas, the lot of sadhana, nam, yam, niyam, क्या क्या नहीं कर लेते हैं. But when you are doing all that, and ज्ञान, आजकल तो ज्ञान की बहुत महिमा हो गई है, because everybody thinks that everything is beyond ज्ञान. But come to think of it, not to be very, I don't want to be derogatory, but क्या ज्ञान? जब उसको जान ही नहीं सकते तो क्या ज्ञान? Right? So over here in Bhagavad also, as said in the Ramayana, they are saying that the devotee who has true love for the Lord is higher than any of the yogis, jnanis, tapasvis, even the person who has claimed to become one with the Lord does not have such grace from the Lord as a devotee. So devotee का स्थान highest हो गया, भक्त highest हो गया, तो फिर हम highest हो गए. पर क्या हम भक्त हैं? What is a devotee? क्या हमें, we very loosely use this term कि I am a devotee, I am a bhakt. But are we bhakts in the true sense? What does it take to be a devotee like माँ यशोदा? और राधा रानी को ले लो या फिर गोपियों को ले लो. What kind of surrender? What kind of surrender is needed? अगर हम सोचें भी तो what kind of surrender is needed? Is this the surrender of, yes, you love the Lord and that's about it? Or is it that you're willing to forego everything just for the Lord? Your dearest and the nearest you're willing to forego for the Lord. And that was these people, huh? जब कृष्ण की मुरली बजती थी तब गोपी भागती थी. उसको ये याद ही नहीं रहता था कि घर में खाना बन रहा है, बच्चा कहाँ है, पति कहाँ है, कपड़े कैसे पहन रखे हैं. When we'll do Gopika Geet later on, then you will see the state of their madness. That is a devotee. So we use this term devotee very loosely. But I think we shouldn't. We should always, I always say कि भाई अब किसी से आप बोल दो कि आप भक्त नहीं हो तो उस वैक्यूम को कैसे भरोगे? It's a very big vacuum because always we say I am a Devi भक्त, I am a Krishna भक्त, I am a Shiv भक्त, I am a Vishnu भक्त. सारी दुनिया ही भक्त बन गई है जैसे. एंड यहाँ पे तो ये लोग बोल रहे हैं कि भक्त का स्थान सबसे ऊंचा है. Again, let's listen to what Ramayana has to say. This is the Ramcharitramanas. Again, जब काक भसुंडी गरुड़ को ज्ञान दे रहे थे, है ना, तब उमा देवी उस समय सती, नॉट पार्वती एनी मोर, राइट, तो सती बोलती ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है कि ये तो कौवा है, इसमें इतनी भक्ति कैसे, मतलब, और इनका स्थान इतना ऊंचा कैसे, गरुड़ से भी ऊंचा है इनका स्थान. तो शिवजी स्टार्टेड सेइंग, शी सेड, लिसन, ओ स्लेयर ऑफ डीमन त्रिपुरा को मारने वाली, राइट, अमॉन्ग 1,000 men there is scarce one who is steadfast in his vow of piety. And look at the math over here. हजारों में से एक होगा who is very steadfast, who is determined कि this is what I am going to do, and he has taken a vow and he is standing by it. बहुत कम होते हैं ना. Among 10 million souls devoted to religion, there may be one who is averse of pleasure of sense and takes delight in dispassion. Amongst 10 million people who are devoted to religion, religious तो बहुत लोग अपने आप को बोलते हैं, but there must be only one amongst these 10 million people. मतलब पहले क्या है, 10,000 men, there is one who is steadfast in his vow of piety. Now 1,000 में से एक, और इसमें 10 million कर दिया इसको. Among 10 million souls devoted to religion, there may be one who is averse to sense pleasures and takes delight in dispassion. ऐसे भी में से 10 मिलियन ले लो, उसमें से एक होगा जो डिस्पैशनेट है, हु इज नॉट ड्रिवन बाय योर सेंस ऑर्गन्स. हमारी इंद्रियां, हमारी डिजायर्स, हमारी तृष्णाएं हमारे को गवर्न नहीं करती. बहुत कम होते हैं वैसे लोग, राइट. अमॉन्ग 10 million souls who are free from worldly attachment, जिसमें तृष्णा नहीं है, who don't have any desires, 10 million of those में से एक ऐसा कोई होगा. So declares the Veds, Scarce one succeeds in acquiring perfect wisdom. Who has perfect wisdom? Because only when Trishna and all the desires go away will wisdom come, right? Because Trishna and desires are that veil that cover the light, right? So उसमें से एक होगा जिसमें wisdom होगा. Among 10 million enlightened souls who have wisdom in this world, there is hardly one who is attached to final beatitude even when living. Even of a man of wisdom, उसमें से भी ले लो, इतने सारों में से भी एक ऐसा होगा जिसको मोक्ष चाहिए. मोक्ष किसको चाहिए, right? And then among 1,000 such souls, he who has not only realized his oneness with Brahman, but merged his identity in the Absolute and has accordingly become a fountain of all joy, is rarely to be found. अब इनमें से भी जिनको मोक्ष मिल गया है, जो कहते हैं ना जीवन मुक्त हो गए हैं, who have become one. There are many जीवन मुक्तास nowadays roaming around our earth, you know. Every second guru is a जीवन मुक्ता nowadays. So, absolute इनमें से भी एक कोई ऐसा होगा, right? Even in these, only one is the one who has realized the self, okay? वापस रीड करते हैं. Among 1,000 such souls, he who has not only realized his oneness with Brahman, but merged his identity in the Absolute and has accordingly become a fountain of all joy is rare to be found, right? वो भी बहुत मुश्किल है. आजकल हमें बहुत मिल रहे हैं, पर इसके हिसाब से रामायण और हमारे ग्रंथों के हिसाब से इतने सारे जीवन मुक्ता नहीं होते हैं, बहुत कम होते हैं, ठीक है? तो वो भी बड़े मुश्किल है. Now, of the religious, the unattached, the enlightened, and the emancipated, as well as those merged in the Absolute, O Lord of Divinity, he who takes delight in devotion to Sri Ram and is free from vanity viles is most difficult to find. Amongst all these millions and 10 millions and thousands of people, इनमें से भी कोई एक जिसमें भक्ति हो, ट्रू डिवोशन हो हरि प्रभु के लिए, they are very rare to find. So kindly, so over here, they are clearly telling you. कई लोग बोलते हैं ना, this debate कि क्या ज़्यादा सुप्रीम है. योगी बोलेगा योग ज़्यादा सुप्रीम है, ज्ञानी बोलेगा ज्ञान ज़्यादा सुप्रीम है, राइट? अलग अलग शाखाएं, अलग अलग मठ के लोग बोलेंगे कि हमारी विद्या ज़्यादा सुप्रीम है. अलग अलग वो होते हैं ना, कैसे मिशन के लोग बोलेंगे हम ज़्यादा सुप्रीम है, आर टीचिंग्स. तो ये बोल रहे कि भाई सबको तुम रख दो एक साइड में, भक्त सबसे ज़्यादा सुप्रीम है और भक्त मिलते नहीं है. अब क्या? तो ओवर हियर ऑल्सो भागवत इज सेइंग द सेम थिंग दैट द रामायण इज सेइंग. कृष्ण लीला 10th कैंटो, उत्तरकांड में द लास्ट कैंटो ऑफ रामायण, क्या निश्चय निकला? भक्त महान है. और भक्ति, बाकी चीजें आपको फिर मिल जाएंगी, भक्त नहीं मिलेगा, राइट? सो ओवर हियर यशोदा, गोपी, राधा रानी, ये लोग सब भक्त थे. और भक्ति आसान नहीं होती है. और एक भक्ति ही ऐसी चीज है जो भगवान को बांध सकती है, भगवान को बनने में मजबूर कर देती है. नहीं तो इनमें से कोई ठाकुर जी को बांध नहीं सकता. सोचो. तो अब नाउ कृष्ण इज टाइड, राइट? दामोदर लीला में अब भगवान, माँ ने तो अपना काम कर लिया, खुद मुक्त हो गई, भगवान को बांध दिया, राइट? अब वो खड़े हैं. नाउ ही इज थिंकिंग व्हाट डू आई डू स्टैंडिंग हियर. एंड देन ही लुक्स अराउंड एंड ही सीज 2 trees, 2 giant trees straight ऊपर देख रही हैं. And these trees are the Arjun trees. And Shri Krishna, that divine soul, realizes that इनको तो मुझे मुक्त करना है, right? अब who are these Arjun trees? हाँ, कौन थे? ये थे कुबेर के बच्चे. Yes, these were the children of Kuber. What is their names? Over here they have given their names. It is मंदाकिनी के पास में कुबेर के बच्चे बंधे हुए हैं. एंड द नेम इज नल कुबेर एंड मणिग्रीव. दीज आर 2 yakshas, right? नल कुबेर एंड मणिग्रीव. नाउ राजा परीक्षित वंडर्स द सन्स ऑफ कुबेर, राइट? आप हम सब जानते हैं कुबेर इज अ ग्रेट यक्ष. वो बात अलग है कि रावण ने उनसे उनका किंगडम ले लिया था. लंका भी तो कुबेर की थी, राइट? सो कुबेर, यक्ष, ये दोनों यक्ष हैं. बहुत सुंदर, वेरी ब्यूटिफुल टू लुक एट, वेरी डिवाइन, very powerful, and in the materialistic sense very rich, right? And इनको क्या हुआ? Why did sage Narad curse them? And because of sage Narad's curse, Nal Kuber and Manigriv became what? Two Arjun trees. So अब ये अर्जुन ट्रीज बन गए. तो अब राजा परीक्षित ने पूछा कि ऐसे कैसे हो गया. द कन्वर्सेशन इज बिटवीन राजा परीक्षित एंड सुखदेव जी, राइट. अब सुखदेव जी क्यों ज्ञान दे रहे हैं, वेद व्यास जी क्यों नहीं दे रहे हैं. भागवत तो लिखी तो वेद व्यास जी ने, बोल सुखदेव जी रहे. डू यू नो व्हाट हैपेंड? Raja Parikshit, we all know his story, right? He had only 7 days to live, just like us. We also have only 7 days to live. उनको, he is better off than us because he knows उनके 7 दिन कब पूरे हो रहे हैं. हमें तो पता भी नहीं है कि हमारे 7 दिन कब पूरे हो रहे हैं. पूरे हो जाएंगे उस दिन पता चलेगा कि वो आज था क्या 7वां दिन. So he is better off than us. So he said he had done a lot of tapas. So he was ready to get the knowledge, right? As we had discussed, साधना क्यों करनी पड़ती है? साधना अपने आप को क्लेंस करने के लिए करनी पड़ती है. And when sadhana becomes effortless, that is when the journey begins. So he was ready. So he wanted, he आसन वासन लगा दिया. और सब बड़े हैं, बड़े 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 गुरु, अगस्त्य मुनि, और आप ले लो वेद व्यास जी, विश्वामित्र, वशिष्ठ जी, नेम ऑल द गुरुज एंड दे आर देयर. गॉड सब बैठे हुए हैं. और परीक्षित जी बोलते कोई आके आसन ले लो, मुझे भागवत सुना दो ताकि मैं मोक्ष मुझे प्राप्त हो जाए. The ultimate aim of Bhagavad is so that at the time of your death, the last breath, you remember nothing else and nobody else but God. ऐसा होना बहुत मुश्किल है ना. Just imagine today, if we are lying on the deathbed, all we'll think about is our child, not knowing that we are indispensable. 1 महीना रोएंगे, उसके बाद में रूटीन लाइफ चालू हो जाएगी, right? Unfortunately for us, because of that thought of our child, कितने लाखों योनियों में हमें वापस भटकना पड़ेगा to get this human birth. So he knew, Raja Parikshit said, ये लो kingdom, ये लो राज्य, take everything. Now I don't want to remember them at all. I want to remember the Lord. So वो कैसे होगा? भागवत पढ़ने से होगा. भागवत कौन सुनाएगा मुझे? See, हमारे ग्रंथ पढ़े नहीं जाते, सुने जाते, right? That is the beauty. The most, I think, you know, the most blessed person is the one who is listening to the scriptures. नॉट द वक्ता. सो अब वक्ता कौन बनेगा? तो उनने आसन रेडी कर लिया कि भाई वेद व्यास जी आप आ जाइए, कोई आ रहे नहीं है आगे. एंड फ्रॉम समवेयर केम सुखदेव जी, हु इज द सन ऑफ वेद व्यास जी. कुछ नहीं, वो तो अपने ऐसे ही घूमते थे, वेरी यंग. ये लोग तो इतने बूढ़े बूढ़े सफ़ेद दाढ़ी वाले, वो कहीं से आए और चलने लगे तो वेद व्यास जी का भी सर उनके सामने घुस गया, झुक गया. एंड ऑल ऑफ देम, उन सबके सामने आके बीच में बैठ गए आसन पे. ना किसी ने बुलाया, ना किसी ने बोला, और अपनी भागवत शुरू कर दी. तो अब राजा परीक्षित किससे सुन रहे हैं? सुखदेव जी से. और उनके साथ में आजू बाजू कौन बैठे हैं? सारे बड़े बड़े संत महात्मा और वेद व्यास जी स्वयं जिनने भागवत लिखी है. एंड दे आर सिटिंग देयर, ऑल आर लिसनिंग टू सुखदेव जी. और ऐसा होता है जब कथा का आरंभ होता है, तब सारी सृष्टि से all these great souls descend and they take their asan and they listen to it. चाहे वो कहीं से भी हो, they don't have the bodily form like we do, but they come, they are seated and they start listening. और हनुमान जी तो पहुंचे जाते हैं सबसे पहले. You know, he is like रसिक है कथा सुनने के. So ये आके बैठ जाते हैं कि अब भाई बोलना शुरू करो, because श्रोता बनना is the best blessing. So अब सुखदेव जी से पूछते हैं कि ये कैसे हो गया, right? Why were these two cursed? Right? What happened? I want to know. He's very curious. And this is a very beautiful thing. The Shrota should always be very curious. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि परीक्षित जी को पता नहीं है. पर, of course, he knew everything. He'll ask about Shri Krishna also as if he does not know. Shri Krishna is related to him. So, he said कि ऐसे कैसे हुआ? आप मुझे बताइए. Why? Because these kathas are such कि जितनी बार आप सुनो ना, उतनी बार रस आता है. दे आर एवरग्रीन. आप कितनी बार ही एक लीला सुन लो, उतनी बार आपको लगेगा वापस कोई सुना दे, राइट? सो ऐसे कैसे हुआ? व्हाट हैपेंड? व्हाट वाज द रीजन दैट दे वर कर्स्ड? सो नाउ दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी शुड remember, and if nothing else in Bhagavad we can remember, we should remember this, because it will make us think about our existence. So Narad Muni says कि actually these two, Yaksh Kumar, Kuber's son, they were very, very full of themselves. They were very rich, very strong. They were the gatekeepers of Rudra, the slaves and the servants of Rudra himself. So they were very full of themselves, very confident, you know, very full. When you become full of yourself, एक तो होता है कॉन्फिडेंस, एक होती है ईगो. इनमें ईगो आ गई थी कि हमारे से बेटर कोई भी नहीं है इस दुनिया में, राइट? एंड दैट इज व्हाट हैपेंस. when God gives you success, at the same time, He gives you ego also, you know. It comes hand in hand. It is very rare that the person who is successful keeps his head low. बहुत कम ऐसे देखे जाते हैं. So this is what happened to him, and they started using. We'll read in detail this particular verse, but just to briefly tell you, they started using their power, their beauty in the wrong direction, right? Misusing their wealth, misusing their beauty. They got so busy in drinking. मतलब वरुणी तो हमेशा ही पीते रहते थे. That was it. They would have, you know, relationships with the apsaras. They'll dance. Not only this, where were they at that time when they were cursed by Narad Muni? They were in the Ganga. मतलब just imagine, गंगा जैसे पावन स्थान में they were doing this kind of a क्रीड़ा with the apsaras. And Narad Muni passed. When Narad Muni passed, the apsaras had that sense. They came out of the water and they dressed themselves. But these two sons of Kuber, they kept standing there. They were half drunk and they thought, kya hai? We are so great. What is the need to come out and become humble in our dress? No, they kept standing there. So Narad Muni felt a lot of pity in them. Ki bichare, dekho, what kya durgati ho rahi hai unki. So Narad Muni decided to give them a boon. He decided to give them a boon. And he was very sure, see, I am a sage. So at any point in time, I should not have an iota of anger when I'm giving them a boon. श्राप भी कह सकते हो. आप चाहो तो श्राप कह लो, but I think it was a great boon. So I'm going to use the word boon only over here. So he decided to sit down and play his veena for a while. See, veena क्या होती है? When you play the veena, when you're playing music, it soothes you, right? Even if गलती से भी नारद मुनि को कोई गुस्सा आ गया हो, or any negative thought for these two had come, it will go away. Because only then a true boon can be given, right? So he sat down, he played his veena, he sang a bit, Hari Kirtan kara, he checked himself कि कहीं negative thought तो नहीं आया मेरे में, कुछ नहीं था. There was no anger, no ego, nothing was there in Narad Muni, you know, no ahankar or no krodh, कुछ भी नहीं. Then he said, okay, it is time to give them a boon. So he said, both of you will become two Arjun trees. They said, why are you doing this to us? वो रोने लगे. They were like, this is, what have we done? Please forgive us. Sara, all that they were under the influence of Varuni, it vanished. And suddenly they realized, okay, now what do we do? How do we get this curse out of us? But Narad Muni said, this is not a curse. तुम तो ऐसे ही खड़े हो ना. Even when I came, you are standing like two trees over here. You are not moving. You are not dressing up yourself. You are not doing anything. So you are as good as a tree. So keep standing there. Right? खड़े हैं. So he said, no, please, हमें है ना पेड़ मत बनाइए. Come to think of it. If somebody has to become a tree, isn't it really sad? Just imagine. These trees, you know, look at the trees around you. Next time when you go for a walk, look at these trees. And think, they were nothing but us. Probably. They were nothing but us. And they, in their previous life, must have done something that got them this gati. They have to face the weather, isn't it? एकदम गर्मी है, ठंड है, कुछ भी है, उसमें they are standing. Whatever is the weather, whatever is the condition, some people are cutting them and they cannot move, right? Whatever, there is no water, they die. हमारी भी गति ऐसे हो सकती है क्योंकि this is what happened to these two handsome yakshas, Nal Kuber and Manigriv. What did they become? They became two Arjun trees. And not only for a short duration, for a duration longer than we can imagine. They were standing there. The only boon they gave is, okay, instead of being here, you can go and become trees next to the Ganga. Not Ganga, in Gokul. Next to where Shri Krishna will be born. And when Shri Krishna will be born, he will liberate you. Right? This is what they said. And they pleaded, ki please, aisa boon, don't give us such a boon. Or according to them, it was a shrap. What will we do? Nothing, you'll be liberated. And one more thing I'll let you know. You will remember who you were. क्या ऐसा हो सकता है? Now, in this case, they're so beautifully telling us कि the yaksh, है ना? Nal Kuber, both of them, Nal Kuber and Manigriv, they remembered that in their previous birth they were yaksh. And now they had become a tree. And now they are sitting there. With this memory, you are a tree. Think of it. Won't you have compassion towards the trees now? कोई भी आता है काट के चला जाता है, पानी, गर्मी, मतलब just imagine. Maybe in the previous birth they were humans and they remembered their birth. So they had the memory because of what you have done, because of how you were, you will become trees. Now when you walk around, when you are in a garden, wherever you are, whenever you see a plant, remember कि इनने ऐसा क्या किया कि इनको ये बनना पड़ गया. आज ये गुलाब है, फूल है, कहीं से भी काट के हमने यहाँ लगा दिया, बेचारे अब मर जाएंगे. ये पिछले जन्म में शायद ह्यूमंस थे, इनको किसी का श्राप मिला या बूंद मिली है, राइट? सो ऐसा नहीं है कि इट्स अ डिस्टेंट थिंग. इट हैपेंड टू नल कुबेर एंड मनी ग्रीव, इट विल नॉट हैपन टू अस. वी फील वी आर इम्यून ना, वंस ए ह्यूमन फॉर एवर ए ह्यूमन. ऐसा नहीं होता. दिस ह्यूमन बर्थ इज वेरी वेरी रेयर. कितनी कितनी लाखों योनियों में घूमने के बाद में वी गेट दिस वन ह्यूमन बर्थ. एंड व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस ह्यूमन बर्थ? द अदर डे आई वाज टॉकिंग टू समबडी, राइट? सो दे वर सेइंग दैट वो जो स्वामी जी है ना, वो मुमुक्षुओं के लिए सत्संग करते हैं. आई सेड अच्छा, not for normal people. I said, according to me, everybody is a mumukshu only. Some know they are, some don't know they are. Some are ignorant to that fact, and some are in awareness, some are working towards it, some are not. पर है तो सब mumukshu. What is a mumukshu? One who desires moksha, one who desires realization. Because anybody who is a human is a mumukshu only. Otherwise तुम्हें human birth मिलता ही नहीं. Now it is their choice how they want to live it, and whether you like it or not, you are moving towards moksha only. You are moving towards the divine only. अपनी इच्छा से करो तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, अपनी इच्छा से नहीं करोगे तो पहुंचना तो वही है, right? There is no choice there. So everybody is a mumukshu only. Everything that is happening in our life is for that ultimate state only. Whether we like it or not, whether we accept it or not, whether we are ignorant to it or not, whether we decide to lead our lives like that or not. So what is it? A mumukshi has a different kind of a life. You know, that is the unfortunate thing that we have to change in our minds. We have become so... I really feel, you know, कई बार सोच के ना, I don't even know what to call this word in English. घृणा आनी चाहिए हम लोगों को अपने आप से. Why? We have demeaned ourselves so much. Now every time when you look around, you see such people who have demeaned themselves, you know, because they feel that just because they are grihasths, they are not mumukshus, or they are lowly people. Anybody who is a sannyasi is higher to them. ऐसा क्यों होना चाहिए? Why is it? Do you actually need, in our scriptures, you can actually tell me where they have talked about sannyas, and which I think one, I can only think of maybe one who is a sannyasi. Rest all our rishis are grihasths, because we talk about 4 ashrams, right? Very rare. ठीक है, शुकदेव जी तो चलो बाल ब्रह्मचारी थे, अभी has not even reached that state. Where is that? Why do we have such a heen bhav about ourselves? I don't understand. Always remember, just because you are a grihast, that does not mean you're not a mumukshu or you are lesser than somebody else. Yes, respect everybody, but having that heen bhav, you know, that no, they are sannyasis. There is nothing great about a sannyasi. Ultimately, they leave one small family. The sannyasis nowadays, they leave one small family and then they have a bigger family. They live one small house and they have bigger ashrams. They leave one headache to get into a bigger headache. What is the difference then? Right? So think about it. That is unfortunate that we grihas have demeaned ourselves so much, that we look down at ourselves so much, that we don't understand that it has nothing to do with the color of your clothes. It has nothing to do with what you have left. In fact, if at all, a grihast is more superior. Why? Because being in the midst of everything, if you can attach yourself to the Lord, उससे ज़्यादा क्या है? But नहीं, और सब छोड़ के भी, their minds are not attached to the Lord. Very few. And Ramayana and Bhagavad, माँ यशोदा तो गृहस्थी थी ना. She tied the Lord, right? All these gopis and all, what were they? Jnani, Mahagyani. Uddhav aaya tha na? When Uddhav had come and he said, why are you crying? I'll give you Gyan. Later on we'll talk about this also. Ki, I'll tell you, I'll talk to you about Gyan Yog. What? Why are you crying? Krishna is everywhere. He said, Uddhav, tum idhar aao. Uddhav did not leave for months together, and when he left, he said, they are my gurus. Unfortunately, itna zyada, and there is nothing, there is no domain that only a particular person or a particular sect or a particular robe can worship the Lord. It is not a copyright. जिसको करना है करो ना बैठ के, किसने रोका है? But no, नहीं, we are not pious enough. All the more needed. If you're not pious enough, आपको ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, isn't it? So over here, अब now, so Nal, Kuber and all, they have become trees. And it really scares me because our scriptures, every now and again, they warn us with stories, with analogy, with things. Be careful. Don't forget what is yet to come. As we discussed in the Gita class, Charvaks, right? That what we see is Kalka. Nahi, because no, you do not know what's going to happen to you tomorrow. They're not scaring you. They're telling you the truth. Because we believe in continuity of life, right? Aage kya hoga? So now these two became trees. And Narad Muni gave them the boon कि you both will become trees so that you can overcome your negative tendencies and Shri Krishna is going to come and help you and liberate you. ये तो boon ही हुआ ना. तो Narad Muni was not angry. None of our sages curse. Because this is again a very big misnomer. Because we use it and we portray it so like this, then people will say, oh, your sages get angry. They don't get angry. Now, just because the situation is not in our favor, that does not mean that God is angry with me, isn't it? He is actually blessing me because with a negative situation, you learn more. In a positive situation, there is no learning because you'll while away your time. Isn't it? When things are negative, even the strength of your bhakti, the strength of your prayers is going to be deeper when you are in problems. Dekh lena. When things are going so wrong, the intensity of prayers will be very strong. And when everything is happy, prayers हो जाए तो भी बहुत बड़ी बात है. कहते हैं ना, दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे ना कोई. जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को होए. That does not mean that adverse situations will not come. No matter what the situation, you will be happy. Because the Lord is in control. श्री कृष्ण को पता है क्या करना है, गुरुओं को पता है क्या करना है. जो हो रहा है उनकी अनुमति से हो रहा है. Then why would you be upset? Even if a calamity comes, even if you are thrown out of your house, even if everything is taken away from you, you will still be joyous. Why? Because the Lord is in control. He knows what He's doing. Right? And when He is in control, when everything is happening as per His will, then why should I worry? Right? So over here, these two boys, Nal, Kuber and Manigriv did not understand. But Narad Muni understood. And he cursed them that you two will become two Arjun trees. And Shri Krishna will come and liberate you. And when you are the trees, you will have the memory of your previous life. I think that is the saddest, but just imagine when you look at the tree standing there. And this is a very beautiful way of having compassion towards everything. Now when you go to the garden, go with this thought that he probably remembers who he was in his last birth. And he's standing here right now. That is how I think the sages have so much compassion towards everything. Because they know it's a journey of life. आज ये है, कल मैं हो सकता हूँ. Right? And to be to others the way you want them to be to yourself, be it living thing or non-living thing. आप पत्थर भी बन सकते हो अगले जन्म में. Right? We give a very beautiful example to the children. If you are in love with pizza, probably you'll be born as a pizza on the plate next time. They love it. It's a very good way to remember. जहाँ आपकी ममता है वहाँ होगी. So इनकी ममता थी कि हम खड़े रहेंगे, हम किसी के लिए झुकेंगे नहीं. उनने कपड़े वस्त्र धारण नहीं करे. They did not wear any clothes and they did not respect the sage by bowing down. So if that is that, you become Arjun trees. As is your vritti right now, so will be your next birth. Be very careful. जैसे आप हो, analyze yourself and think about anything which is closest to how you are right now. That could be you. If you are too into money, you could be a snake, right? Because the snake always guards, right? If you have a certain habit of bad mouthing or something, just imagine what you could be. Venomous creature, maybe you'll be a scorpion. You do not know. And that is a scary bit. And if we remember that, every minute we'll correct ourselves. We forget that. And that is when we make the mistake. So let's go into the depth of this, because there is a big lesson which they are trying to give us. And they are literally, I think, scolding us. So it will be a bit boring, but this is important to read before Sri Krishna liberates them. Indeed, in the case of man indulging in enjoyable objects, no pride other than the pride of wealth, such as that of pedigree or learning, which is a product of Rajogun, conduces to loss of reason, as the said pride of wealth does. With pride of wealth, women, gambling, liquor are invariably associated. See, whether you like it or not, in our scriptures, drinking is not considered very good. Yeah. Aajkal to it is a norm in the society. Many people, if you don't drink, how can you mingle in the corporate world? Really? I know people who don't drink and are doing very well in their corporate lives. But if you don't throw lavish parties, how will you progress? You don't need lavish party to progress. You need your ability to progress. Organization ko parties nahi chahiye, results chahiye. Whom are you fooling? A person who does not have the caliber turns to all these things. When you have the caliber, these things are not needed. Right? You do not have to blend in the crowd. You have to stand out to be noticed. Why can't we understand this? Nowadays, we just want to blend in. Why? Stand out, no? So over here, he is talking about the people. If enjoyable objects, you will have pride. When wealth comes, what comes? Rajogun comes. There are Sattvagun, Rajogun and Tamogun. Tamogun is when you want to harm somebody else. So nowadays, our definition of good is only simple. As long as I'm not harming anybody else, I'm good. No. Rajogun is also not good. Right? Rajogun में क्या होता है? You spend on yourself like crazy. You just care about yourself. आप gambling कर रहे हो, आप पी रहे हो, just to blend in. जो नहीं खाना है वो खा रहे हो. जैसा खाओ अन्न वैसा होगा मन, जैसा पियो पानी वैसी होगी वाणी. We have to be very careful. Everything adds up. Right? So, and then what happens? Women gambling. So it's not women they are saying per se. It's the company you start keeping. Company matters. So this is what they are saying. This is what happens to people. They are indicating all these two examples of Arjun trees. कौन है ये? The children of Kuber. Then where there is pride of wealth, animals are killed by merciless men of uncontrolled mind who regard this perishable body as proof against old age. Who regard this perishable body as proof against old age and death. Now again, they are condemning killing animals also. See, now that we can justify, right? एक higher level of justification होगा कि a person who, like a lion, right? We are not lions, right? A lion will eat only to suffice his hunger. Even after that, a deer comes and sits next to it. If it is full, he won't eat, right? But look at us. Not only do we eat out of control, right? But killing also. Think about it. Let's not go from the scriptures point of view also. I have nothing against non-vegetarians. No problem. But if you go to the slaughterhouse and see what is happening, will you be able to eat? It is torture. And it is not torture. It is torture for your tongue. And then so much of that produce is wasted also because it's not consumed in time. It's overkilling. So scriptures are clearly saying that when you have wealth, when you have this mad, when you have ego that this is me, I'm beyond everything, all I care about is I'm beyond old age and everything. When you forget everything, you start doing these actions where you do not think about the result. ऐसा नहीं है. In our scriptures, they have 3 types of ahar. You can choose. Right now, they are talking about a particular thing. Now, though styled while living as a god, the human body is ultimately designated after death as Vamsa. Now, the second explanation they give beautifully is, किस पे इतना गुमान है तुम्हारी बॉडी पे? इनको भी बहुत गुमान था ना, because they were so beautiful. Kuber's children, they were divine. What is this? Nal Kuber and Manigriv, they were really divine. Beautiful body. Whose body is this? Whom does this body belong to? You? No, but then the mother can claim that I gave her birth, so her body belongs to me. Or the mother's father, पहले जमाने में होता था ना, they would adopt the daughter's child. They'll say, no, that is mine. Or somebody else in the family will say, no, no, this is mine. This is my wife, my child, my mother. So they belong to me. Or does the body belong to the worms after you die? Bhagavad does not mimic words. वो सीधा बोलता है. Because the objective of Srimad Bhagavad is very simple. आपकी मृत्यु सुधारनी है इनको. They are teaching you how to live so that they are teaching you how to live so that you can die in a particular way. Because Parikshit का objective यही है. उनके पास में जीवन बचा नहीं है ज़्यादा. He is preparing for death only. So Bhagavad is preparing you for death. A proper death. An elevated death. Where you are not born as something below. You reach above. So he is saying, or does this body belong to the worms? Agar if you bury, who does the body belongs to? Who is it eaten by? Think about it, no? Once you pass away, who will eat? Or maybe in the Parsis, they are left, right? The hawks and all, they come and eat the body. Or the body belongs to them. Because it is ultimately going to become their food. The worm's food or the hawk's food. Or maybe in Sanatan, where we burn the body. Whose food is that? It will become ashes. It belongs to the earth. किसका इतना गुमान कर रहे हो? Yeah, all we can think about is this body. And we think this body belongs to me. Everything, it just takes 2 minutes. कहते हैं ना, एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल. The song is so beautiful. I wish I could sing. God has not given me the voice. Seriously. एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल, जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल. कहते हैं ना, दूजे के होठों कर देकर अपने गीत, कोई निशानी छोड़ फिर दुनिया में डोल. कुछ नहीं है. This song they have put it in the movies, but this is a very beautiful song. Ultimately यही होने वाला है. तो किसका गुमान? Why are we always so fanatic? ठीक है, keep your body well, eat well, do well, keep your body healthy. सब कुछ करो, but don't go crazy about your body. This body is me and everything associated it with is me, and bas that is about it. This body is not even yours. Right now, so they are talking about the body belonging to the ash, becoming ash, belonging to the earth, the worms, the animals. Think, na, when the body perishes, what is going to happen? हम सोचते हैं कभी? हम वो सोचना ही नहीं चाहते. अगर हम सोचेंगे तो then we'll know what our priorities are. We do not prioritize because we do not want to think कि आगे यही होने वाला है. When we start thinking, next birth में ये हो सकता है अगर मैं ये करूँगा. If you start doing the cause and effect analysis, everything you do is going to be very conscious. But we don't want to do it, no? Then he says, does this body, again he gives beautiful examples of how you die and the carnivorous animals, the ashes and everything. And then he goes on, does this body belong to the giver of birth or your mother or your father? Ye pura he completes this. Knowing the body to be a common property and as having its source in disappearing into unmanifested, identifying himself with it, who else than a fool, they use such language also, would kill animals. मतलब जब आपको over here they are very particular. I don't know, Narad Muni is very angry about killing animals. Probably ये लोग खाते होंगे तो इनको नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है. But who would do such a thing to anything? Basically all they are saying is, who would do anything to harm anything else when you know that your end is going to be like this? And then poverty is the best eye opener for a wicked soul, blinded with the pride of wealth. Now he says, what is the solution? He is saying the solution of these kind of people is only poverty. Right? And he says, a poor man alone looks upon living beings as similar to his own self. He who has his foot ever pierced with a thorn would never have a fellow being suffer such agony, having realized the similarity of all living beings. What they are saying is, जो गरीब होता है ना, उसको एहसास होता है. He knows how it is to be hurt. When you are hurt and when you acknowledge, then you would not want to cause pain to anything else, right? Then you would not want to cause the same suffering to anything else. So poverty brings it, yes, because with wealth we are shielded, isn't it? We can shield all our pains. We shield our children so much that they do not know what true life is. We keep them in a bubble. So compassion kahan se aayega? Love kahan se aayega? Because they have not gone through the sufferings themselves. And sufferings, poverty, they say, is a great teacher. So whenever poverty comes our way, there are many people who say, God, take away everything from me. Make me penniless so that I know and I become closer to you. I know the value of each and every bit of money. Because till you have, you don't value it. Narad ji, he is informed today. So he's saying a person who has gone through pain will not inflict the same pain on any living or non-living thing. Such is, however, not the case with him whose foot has never similarly been pierced with the thorn. Rid of all forms of pride, a poor man is devastated of all stiffness induced by egoism. The hardship he experiences by the will of providence actually proves to be his highest austerity in this life. और हम अगर ठाकुर जी थोड़ा सा भी पैसा हमसे ले लें तो हम तो त्राही मचा देते हैं. आई इन्वेस्टेड इन शेयर्स, मेरे तो सारे शेयर्स डूब गए. थैंक यू. यू आर ट्राइंग टू टीच मी सच एन इम्पॉर्टेंट लेसन बाय टेकिंग अवे द मेन सोर्स ऑफ प्राइड. एंड कहते हैं लक्ष्मी इज वेरी चंचल. शी वॉचेस. She'll come to your house. She'll be there. If you misuse her, she will go away. And if she comes to a house and she says there is no place for Vishnu over here or no place for Narayan or no place for Krishna, जो भी बोलना है आप बोल लो, वो भी चली जाती है eventually. She does not stay long. So we have to be very careful. What we do is when money comes, we forget the money's husband, and don't realize that she will also leave. When luxuries come, the first person we forget is the Lord. Why does that happen? And हम बोलते हैं कि भूखे को क्या टाइम है भजन करने का. नहीं, उसके हमेशा उसके मन में रहता है प्रभु. बिकॉज ही इज सफरिंग सो मच, एवरी बिट ही इज रिमेंबरिंग द लॉर्ड. ओ लॉर्ड प्लीज सेव मी. कहते हैं ना भूखे भजन ना हो गोपाला, ये ले तेरी कंठी माला. पहले खाना पीना, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. सो ओवर हियर he's saying that poor person who has nothing, the indriyas of a poor man whose body is ever emancipated with hunger, who is longing for food, soon grows feeble, and his violence to Jesus, the beauty, ताकत ही नहीं रहेगी violence करने की. Actually it happens, when you're fasting, there is no food, you don't have any energy to even shout at your children. You just look the other way and keep quiet because you can't open your mouth. I've experienced it, That is the best form of non-violence. During that time, the husband and the family is very happy because the wife has lost the energy to shout, When the children come and say, why aren't you talking? Because I don't have the energy to talk only. Jo karna hai, kar lo. So that is what Narad Muni is also saying. Because you know what? अच्छा है, तुम लोग भूखे रहोगे ना, तो you won't have any energy to do violence. What we say is, no, see, so much of robbery is happening. People are coming and stealing. What will they do then? See, unfortunately, these poor people, they look around. Even now, the place we live, we are surrounded by people who hardly have anything to eat. And when they see us, and they see what we are doing with what we have, right? Every time we have more, we spend more on ourselves. And we have discussed this in the last class and in the Gita class in great depth. They also feel that it is better to take it away from them then. इनके पास तो बहुत है, थोड़ा ले लेंगे तो क्या फर्क पड़ जाएगा, क्योंकि ये तो दे रहे नहीं है. Robin Hood. The rich don't want to give. They just want to spend it on themselves. And then we blame the poor for taking, अरे उसको भूख लगी, खाना खाने के लिए ले लिया, तो क्या हो गया? You look, then you'll put him to jail. You'll say he's a thief, he's this, he's that. He could have asked, even if they ask, how much will you give? How many have the courage to see somebody who says, I need this much, and you'll open your wallet and give? No. नहीं होता. So, ठीक है. But after a point when you do not have energy, when you become feeble, when you're hungry, when you're poor, violence also goes away because you don't have the energy to fight. Pious souls looking upon all with the same eye come into contact only with poor man and not with the rich blinded with pride of wealth. Consorting with saints, a poor man gives up the thirst for money, even for noble pursuits, and then gets absolutely purified and unko moksha mil jata hai. Why? That poor person over here they are talking about poor from the sense of belongings, but in the same way we should not call them poor, because poor or rich is not determined by the possessions you have. It is determined by your contentment and your vrittis. But still, what he is saying is, after a point you will reach a state where you do not have any longing for anything material. You're longing for wealth, everything just goes away, and that is when you'll meet saints. कहते हैं ना, साधु संगति ऐसे ही नहीं हो जाती है. It is a blessing. When Vibhishan, Hanuman ji came to Vibhishan, Vibhishan said, right, कि कुछ तो it's Prabhu Kripa only that you have come to me. Otherwise it is not possible. And these are the people who do not even want moksha. A devotee does not want moksha. He is happy taking the Lord's name. When you want even moksha from the Lord, you're not devotee. You're a jnani, but you're not a devotee. Because उसको कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं होता. He is like, whatever you have done for me is fine. Whatever you have decided is fine. Whatever you want from me is fine. And I want to give you. तुम्हें क्या चाहिए? What should I do so that you are comfortable? It is not about what should I do so that you make me comfortable. So that I am freed from this shackle of birth and death भी नहीं होता उनके मन में. Because यहाँ पे भक्त की महिमा है. They are not even praying to the Lord to become free from the shackles of birth and death. वो भी नहीं है उनके मन में. They are just loving the Lord because they want to love the Lord. There is no wish whatsoever. And those are the people, Sri Narad Muni says, who ultimately become one with the Lord. And this is the definition. Over here, when they are saying poor and rich, one more thing should come to our mind. They are just aiming towards the humility that poverty brings. How does poverty bring humility? Very simple. As today, if the bell rings, okay, and if a gardener comes, मैं बोलूँगी भैया बाहर बैठ जाइए, मैं आती हूँ. He will sit down and wait. ठीक है? Now, अब today you come and say तुम बाहर बैठ जाओ, मैं 1 घंटे में आती हूँ. What will happen to you? How will you feel? सीधी सी बात है. He will sit down quietly. किसी और को बोल के तो देखो जिसके पास में थोड़ा सा भी है. That ego. How dare she talk to me like that? कौन हो तुम? What is the difference between you and him? The difference is in your eye. Why? Because of money. Simple सी बात है. These things, whatever he is saying is very simple to understand in real life also. They will be sitting quietly, not without a chair. What happens in your houses when we offer food to our servants, है ना? वैसे तो बहुत कम लोग होते हैं who will offer them to sit on the dining table and eat when you are sitting. They'll say ये लो खा लो, ठीक है? Even if you tell them कि नहीं वहाँ क्या बैठे हो, आके आगे बैठो, यहाँ बैठ के खाओ. नहीं मैडम हम ठीक है, हल्ती पल्ती मारी किचन में बैठ गए. हमारे साथ कोई करके तो देखा ऐसे. एक तो how did she take out the food and give it to me? I could have taken it myself. And then she did not even give me a proper place to sit. क्या? What is the difference between them and us? From the materialistic point of view, it's only money. What is the difference? Money. Pride. It's very simple to understand. We feel we are not proud. We have no pride. Let situations prick you and you'll know how much pride and ego you have. So Narad Muni, when he is talking about us in this manner, is not saying anything wrong. He is giving us a boon of becoming penniless. So that your pride goes away. क्योंकि और कोई तरीका ही नहीं है pride जाने का. नहीं तो this Kuber's son, super rich, super handsome, pride जाती ही नहीं. Everything was taken away from them. Even their vastra were taken away from them. कि तुम जड़ पदार्थ, you become this tree. And then you will know how it is. See, all these scriptures are supposed to make us humble. If they are not doing that in our daily lives, then there is no use. No use. ऐसा नहीं कि we should stop. Probably we should start working on ourselves consciously. There was this sage, okay? And there was this man who used to eat a lot. And he could not stop from eating. He was huge, big, and his passion was food. He would eat and eat and eat and eat and eat till his family members got very tired because 3/4 of the food would be consumed by him and he would not do any work. He would be sitting around. All he wanted was, when is the next meal? What do we have to eat? So till his parents were there, they took care of him. Bachcha hai na? Parents chale gaye. Now the brothers were okay. Then brothers got married. Their wives came. Wives were also okay for a while. Then their children came and they said, oh my God, should we take care of him or our own children? They chased him away. चले गए भाई. अब कहाँ गए? He sat outside a mandir or a place where all the sages were and he sat down and he was very hungry. So they gave him food. And then one day the head sage came to know that there is this man who eats a lot and he's sitting there. So the head sage came and he said, ठीक है, you come, you become one of us. बोले, what do I have to do? बोले, nothing. You just have to do so many things every day. ये pray करना, ये करना है. बोले, will I get as much food as I want? Anything you want. जितना खाना है खाओ. Nobody is going to stop you. है ना? हाँ, yes, very beautiful story, right? तो खाओ, everybody knows. But then what happened was, in the meantime, एक दिन during Ekadashi, the kitchen was closed. Nothing was open and this man's stomach was growling. He said, आपने तो बोला था जितना खाना है खाओ. That is why I came here and I've been doing everything. I want my food, I'll faint. He said, okay, you take whatever you want and you go outside. Yeah, go near the river and cook and eat. He went, but before cooking, you make sure that you offer it to God. Now, he had never offered anything to God, right? Offer it to God and then eat. So again, he sat, he made food for himself, he made food for one other God, कि एक जना राम जी आ जाएंगे. And he made it and then he started singing. But Ramji came with Sita. उनको तो कुछ खाने को मिला नहीं, जबरदस्ती की एकादशी हो गई. No food, he had to offer them. He came back. Again, next Ekadashi, he said, see, food for one or this much is not enough. Well, you don't even eat food for one, you eat food for 100. But I need more food, more supplies. So Guruji said, okay, take more supplies. This time, he decided to take for 2. Again, he did the entire process. He cooked, he started praying. Who came? Not only Ram and Ramji came, Sita ji also came. नहीं, पहले नहीं, सीता जी के साथ में एक और जने आ गए. So Bharat आ गए या लक्ष्मण आ गए. And so it kept happening. Again he went, he took more supplies. This time, माँ कौशल्या also came. बढ़ता जा रहा है, सारी family आ गई. He said, this is not working. And this time he took truckloads. Now the Sadhu Baba felt कि ये इतना तो नहीं खा सकता, right? 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, 4 person. Now everybody is coming. So he took a truckload of supplies and this time he refused to cook. Yeah, why should I cook when I'm not getting anything to eat? You cook, you manage. He sat down and he started doing kirtan. He said, come, cook, you eat and you feed me also. Now Sadhu Baba was watching. What is he doing? He was literally not cooking. He was sitting in the corner doing kirtan. And then suddenly when he was doing kirtan, he's talking to somebody. He said, yeah, now you have done too much. You brought a monkey with you also, right? So everybody is here. Just imagine. Ram, Lakshman, Sita ji, हनुमान जी भी आ गए. हनुमान जी तो अब भी आए, वो मंकी बोला ना कि अब इनको भी ले आए. भरत, शत्रुघ्न सब आ गए. लक्ष्मण जी आ गए. Not only this time some Ayodhya Vasis came. All the 3 mothers are there. He said, I've got a lot of food, but I am not cooking. You cook and give me some also. So just imagine. And he's talking. So Bharat ji is getting the water. He said, हाँ पानी वहाँ से ले आइए. Now Sadhu Baba is watching. He said, he's gone insane. Something wrong is happening to him. Now he's hiding and watching, okay? And पानी ले आइए. पानी नहीं यहाँ पे करना है. लकड़ी भी अच्छा ठीक है. लक्ष्मण जी जाके लकड़ी लेके आ रहे हैं. हनुमान जी is using his tail to sweep. माँ सीता is putting the fire. माँ यशोदा, माँ कौशल्या is peeling something and he is talking to them as if he's having a conversation and he's saying मेरे लिए भी थोड़ा बना लेना. ये यहाँ पे रखा है, वो यहाँ पे रखा है. राम जी also started getting busy with work because there's so much to cook. And this man is sitting and he's talking and the Sadhu Baba could not control himself. And the Sadhu Baba is not an not an ordinary one. So-called Jivan Mukta, enlightened soul, everybody is falling over his feet. If you talk about him, go read about him. Don't you know who he is? That kind of a Jivan Mukta. Nowadays we have a lot. So, came, because really every guru is a Jivan Mukta nowadays. So you go and then he came, he said, what are you doing? So much of food is lying in the corner. Whom are you talking to? Whom are you going and giving instructions to? Are you okay? Well, listen, I did not tell you, right? These people, every time you told me do kirtan, you never told me how many people come. I do not know, right? You have been offering food to God. Look at them. Everybody is standing. This time, you know what? They got Ayodhya Vasis also. So I'm asking them to cook for them and myself. And this monkey is sweeping. Monkey what? Oh, that Hanumanji you call. He is also there. Just imagine. Look at them. How can I eat? Every Ekadashi, even when I don't want to fast, I've been fasting. This time I've decided I won't cook. Now the sadhu is very confused. Finally, when he's talking, he somehow realized that he's very convinced. And he started crying. Jnani, yogi, tapasvi started crying. He said, itne jeevan nikal gaya. You never gave me darshan. And this man who knows nothing but the love of food, you have come and you're doing his cooking, you're standing by him and you've been visiting him twice a month. मैंने ऐसा क्या नहीं किया जो इसने कर लिया. आप इसको कैसे दिख गए? And he started crying. And this poor man, he does not realize what to do. He said, आप क्यों रो रहे हो? See, they are all there only. And he's crying and weeping. The sadhu is weeping. And utne mein Ramji came with Ma Sita, Bharat, Shatrughan. Now the entire vision is clear. The Lord is standing in front. He said, all this while, you did everything. You never believed कि मैं हूँ, मैं आता हूँ. He believed. You told him कि मैं खाता हूँ, तो he believed. इसमें सरलता है, आप में सरलता नहीं है. So what he is talking about over here is saralta. What stops us from believing? Because we think we are too knowledgeable, isn't it? ऐसा थोड़ी हो सकता है. सरलता हमारे में आती ही नहीं है. And there is no translation for saralta, unfortunately. What is saralta? Down to earth, humble. There's so many words put together. This man is saral. This is an example of a saral human being. Very simple, very pious. कुछ भी नहीं है. इससे तो फास्ट भी नहीं रखा जाता. इसको भगवान दिख गए. So what is the criteria that the Lord follows? The Lord just wants somebody who is saral. Nothing else is needed. And that is what he wants. So Abhi Narad Muni is just saying, I want somebody, I want you two to become like them. Like this man. This example, I don't know, there is no better story to explain Saral Swabhav. No better story. You know, these villagers, na, they believe very easily. It is normal. Kuch bhi bologe na, they believe. Most of them. Aajkal probably the villages are also changing and they are becoming cunning because of the influence of people, city people like us. But mostly bahut seedhe hote. Very simple. When you look at the ancient civilization of the Red Indians or our ancient civilization, we used to pray to everything. We would pray to the tree, we would pray to the water, we would respect everything that gives us life. Now we don't. Right? Saralta chali gayi hamare mein se. That simplicity is not there. And the entire exercise that we do in our scriptures is to reach that. Why did Narad Muni make them the tree? So that they become simple. They become saral. They become free of their vanity. And that is what this says. What purpose of pious souls possessed of equanimity hankers only for the feet of Lord Shri Krishna can be served through the wicked who are proud of their wealth and bank only on the objects of senses that have no reality and therefore deserve to be ignored. So who is a pious soul? Simple definition. Who just wants the feet of the Lord. That is a pious soul. See, definitions are very clear. We can call ourselves pious based on our definitions, but our scriptures are not saying anything beyond that. A pious soul is a person who really cares about... When you say a pious soul is a person who does charity. Charity with vanity, that I have done it. There's no charity. Right? So, what is the definition of pious? We have to look at the scriptures to understand. What is the definition of good? We have to look at the scriptures to understand. Because our definition of good is very biased. You know? And so, I shall take away the pride resulting from ignorance of the two slaves of women of uncontrolled mind, drunk with wine called Varuni and blinded with pride of wealth. तो मैं अब तुम्हारा सब ले लूंगा. Since in spite of their being the sons of Kuber, a guardian of the world, the two youths are too immersed in ignorance to recognize themselves as uncovered, highly vainglorious as they are. Hence they deserve to be reduced to the state of a tree that stands rooted to one spot, is unbended by nature and remains uncovered, so that by my grace they may not behave like that again. And let self-consciousness persist in them, along with the consciousness of their guilt, by my favor, even in that state. Even in that state, they'll remember the entire thing. Attaining to the presence of Lord Vasudev at the end of 100 celestial years and recovering their abode in heaven, they will have acquired devotion too. Ultimately, they would have acquired devotion too. See, that is the biggest boon any devotee, any lover of God will ask. Bhakti de do. All these great, if you read the scriptures, ultimately, what do you want from me when the Lord comes? They'll say bhakti. That means even when the Lord has come in front of them, bhakti is not there. With your tapasya, yog, gyan, probably you can see the Lord. But to tie him, you need bhakti, and that Yashoda Ma had. So just because of all that you have, and probably you have, many people say, I had a glimpse of the Lord. That does not make you anything great. Siddhi, Riddhi, Samriddhi, sab hogi. Nidhi, Siddhi, nowadays you see sadhus who do so many miracles and everything. Does that mean anything great? No. Because till the Lord gives you the boon of bhakti, you're nothing. So maya hi hai na? Because all these Siddhi, Riddhis, whatever is happening in the creation. Lord is beyond the creation. Right? So he said, after all this is taken away from you, I bless you with bhakti too. And saying this, they became trees and Narad Muni went away. And since Narad is most beloved to me, now, why is the Lord obliging? The Lord is very sweet. अब नारद मुनि ने बोल दिया, कृष्ण को करना पड़ेगा. Did Narad Muni consult the Lord कि this is what you are supposed to do to them? No. He ordered the Lord कि this is what is going to happen. So he said, oh my goodness. So for this, he had to do the drama, become tied by his mother, drag that piece of stone and uproot these trees. So the entire agenda was set by Narad ji. And this poor Lord had to follow. उसके लिए तो almost he got pitofied also. पिटाई भी हो गई. माँ यशोदा ran with a stick. But what to do? Narad Muni, because of you. This is how the Lord is. And I do not know why. When we are the lowest in my mental state, why don't we seek Him and seek other people? See? Poor thing. Narad Muni has given his word and Narad Muni left. And for all that, so much drama Shri Krishna had to do. ऐसा होता है. And he has done it again and again. भीष्म पितामह ने बोल दिया, श्री कृष्ण ने शस्त्र उठा लिया. Right? He picked up the wheel. We have seen so many examples. Again, Durvasa Rishi cursed. Ambrish is standing there. Again, the Sudarshan had to run after him. Prahlad is the ultimate, he troubled the Lord the most, I think. That is why I can never forget him. He was on red alert all through. You do not know where he has to come out from. Just imagine.
Even the birth of Krishna also the same, right? Srinath, the disciple himself, has made both of them separate, Krishna and Radha, and he
has to come, right? Narad Muni, even for Ramji, Narad Muni cursed him. Just the way I have suffered, suffered the loss of the one I loved, you will also suffer the loss of the one you love. So much drama he does for us with proof. Yet we do not believe that he can do something for us. We don't believe in his power. So over here, just because Narad Muni has said, what are they saying? Since Narad, the celestial stage, is most beloved to me, therefore I shall redeem these two sons of Kuber in the same way as has been prophesied by that soul. So now I have to follow the prophecy of the Lord and be very careful. This power is there. For a person who is always truthful, firstly, that person should talk less. And the other should be very careful around him. Because once the person says something, when we looked at Vasudevji, when Vasudevji said, be careful, go back. And immediately Nanda Baba got up and left. He said, whether things are to be are going to happen the way he has predicted, no. Things will happen not based on his prediction, okay, he has seen something. No, what he has said will happen. So over here also, because Narad Muni said, this is how it is going to happen, he said, so it has to happen like that. So that means, look at I sometimes wonder. So this Shrishti Chakra is not like, it is happening in no direction. The minute a truthful, a pious person has predicted something or has a thought in his mind, everything changes according to him. Look at the power of that person. So that means ultimately, the most powerful is not God. It is his devotee. सीधी सी बात है. Because the God always obliges, and so he obliged, and now by great difficulty Shri Krishna is dragging that thing that his mother has tied him to, and she has told him not to move, and he knows in his heart, if she sees me move, I do not know what she'll punish me by. Abhi to unne stick chhod di thi, wapas aa gayi, to nobody's going to help me, but what to do? Narad Muni, you got me into this spot, and he's dragging, and by force, slowly somehow, he reaches that, and he keeps walking. Just imagine, chota sa bacha, how much mehnat is he doing, to make sure what Narad Muni says happens, and then he uproots those trees, and when the trees get uprooted, two beautiful celestial beings, they come out of these trees, Kuber's children, in their divine enlightened form, and they're standing with their hands joined. And Shri Krishna blesses them. And they are purified. That is why there is a sign, there is so much of shine in them. And they go to the divine abode where they had fallen from, never to behave the way they had behaved before. Some say that they went to Narayan and Nar and Narayan. It is said that Nar and Narayan are still there doing tapasya. So after this, they went to Nar and Narayan to get diksha and blessings and knowledge before going up again. And the Lord blessed them and they left. So what is it over here? O most blessed one. यहाँ क्या बोल रहे हैं? Who is saying what? So Shukdev ji is saying this. And I've marked it as important, so I'll read it. Today there's a lot of reading because it's not possible to put them in any other words. Hail, O most blessed one. Hail, O most dear Lord. Hail to the gentle son of Vasudev, the Lord of the Yadus. Pray, allow us, servants of your servant, Lord Shiv, to depart, O perfect one. Your auspicious sight has been possible for us only through the grace of the divine sage Narad. Who is this? These are the children of Kuber who are praying to Shri Krishna. Let our speech be employed hereafter in recounting your excellence, our ears in hearing your stories, our hands in doing your work, our mind in the thought of your feet, our head bowing to the world. Bowing to the world, हाँ? हमेशा झुक के चलना है क्योंकि दुनिया ठाकुर जी की बनाई हुई है. Your own abode and our sight in beholding saints, your very embodiment. So what they are saying, after they have been liberated, before they are going, they are asking all these things from the Lord. What are they asking? Let our speech be employed in recounting your excellence. What is the function of our mouth? Why has God given us speech? To recount His excellence also. इधर उधर की बात करने के लिए नहीं दिया हमारे को ये मुंह. Right? And then why has He given us? It's very simply, they are asking for this so that we remember our ears in hearing your stories. It is not for backbiting, not for gossiping and not for listening to anything else, but it should be always engaged in listening to the stories of the Lord. Our hands in doing your work, not our work. आपका काम. कहते हैं ना, हनुमान जी कहते हैं ना, राम काज कीने बिनु मोहे कहाँ विश्राम. हम तो विश्राम ही विश्राम कर रहे हैं, राम काज वो खुद कर लेंगे, है ना. And our mind in thoughts of your feet. Always, our mind should be ever connected to your feet. Nothing else. And our head in bowing to the world. झुको, सबके सामने झुको. We don't bow to anybody. कहते ना, there's a very famous, हम चौड़े रास्ता सकड़ा. हम झुकना तो सीखते ही नहीं, हमें तो बचपन से कोई झुकना नहीं सिखाता. Why should you give in? क्या हो जाएगा? If you forgive or you accept your mistake, or even if you say okay, even if that somebody has lost wrong and still I'm not saying anything, तो आप छोटे हो जाओगे क्या? No, but we don't, no, because it's our ego. How can they say that? Arey, it's okay. If it saves the commotion, if it saves the fight, what happens? What is he taking away from you? What is she taking away from you? It's all right. Bow down. Always bow down to everybody. Why? When will you be able to bow down to everybody? When you see the divine in them. And when you remember that this is a Leela, everything is happening as per His will, there won't be any ego. You think, may we always bow down. And not only this, our sight beholding saints. May I always be in the company of those who are taking your name. Saints, the bhaktas, taki, very simply, company matters. So again, in the end of it all, they are saying, may I always be in the company of a saint. And I remember that they are nothing but you. Please give us this. So, इसके बाद में भी when they are departing, are they asking for anything else? Did they ask for moksha? Did they ask for mukti? Did they ask for, beauty again? Let me become like that. Of course they are. Did they ask for wealth? No, because they realized everything is futile. सबसे जरूरी चीज क्या है? They are Kuber's children. हम तो उनके सामने कुछ भी नहीं है. फिर भी you look at people throwing around their wealth and what they are. Everything determines. In this world, we are so materialistic nowadays. We can't think beyond. When we are actually appreciating people also, it is based on their wealth, not on their devotion. What kind of a world are we living in now? And Dubai is a beautiful place to see this rat race, you know. इसके पास ये है तो कल मेरे पास वो होना चाहिए. अरे ये कपड़े पहन लिए, वापस हम ये पहन के तो नहीं जा सकते. क्यों नहीं जा सकते? क्योंकि सबने देख लिए हैं तो अब नए कपड़े चाहिए. Disaster. We are not at all eco-friendly, my God. See, this is the thing. It's so beautiful to be in Dubai, be in the midst of everything and observe. यही है ना. So they are children of Kuber. They are not asking. They have seen the wealth. They have seen the money. They are beautiful beyond words. What are they asking for? Because they realize that these are the most important things which they had missed out on. हम तो उनके सामने कुछ भी नहीं है. Neither in wealth nor in looks. Yet they understand that is not what is important. This is. And so saying, they depart. And what does the Lord say, Shri Krishna over here? It was already known to me how grace was showered on you both, by the kind-hearted sage Narad. So it is grace. It is not a curse. So just because we lose things or we are faced in adverse situation, we should not think of it as a curse. It is grace. It is a blessing. We are going to learn something from it. Kind-hearted sage Narad, in the form of your utter degradation to the state of trees, blinded as you were with the pride of fortune. Mark it. Pride of fortune. This is for all of us. From the sight of the pious souls threading the path of virtue, possessed by equanimity, self-realization, who have thoroughly applied their mind to me, there follows no bondage for men any more than the obstruction of eyes from the sight of the rays of the sun. What is it? For these people, the sages like Narad Muni, it is just like, obstruction. When we close our eyes, we can't see the sun, right? That is it. Unko sab dikhta hai. They are not bound. They are free. These kind of sages, there is no bondage. On the other hand, their bondage is, even as darkness disappears with sunshine, therefore, O Nalakuber and Manigriv, return you to your abode, now that you both have realized me as the highest object of your adoration, supreme devotion to me, leading to the end of the cycle of birth and death, and all this has been kindled in you, basically. So what are they saying? The Lord is saying simply that what has happened. Now he is describing Narad Muni as a pious person who is not bound, who is always free. There is no obstruction anywhere, and he has blessed you. And now with this, you have realized what you need. And may this knowledge, कई बार होता है ना, we are very bright, we all realize, and then suddenly the veil comes and the darkness follows. He's saying, may this darkness never come to you again. And he's blessing them and sending them away. This is the Damodar Leela. It is so divine. It is like the entire Vedant in one small story. And then what happens? कुछ नहीं, वो चले गए. माँ यशोदा is looking everywhere. She is worried what has happened to my son. उतने देर में Nand Baba came. Nand Baba got so angry. How dare you tie my son? And Nand Baba says, see, now you always say Maiya Maiya na. Whose son are you? You are my son or her son? No, I am your son from now on. She tied me. Now Ma Yashoda is feeling so bad. Even the gopis came. We had told her not to tie. The children were there. The children said, you know what happened? The old people are not listening because we normally discount the children, right? We don't even listen to what the children are saying. So children are saying, yes, we saw. You know what happened? These two trees. Yes, thank God they got uprooted and Krishna is saved. No. Krishna uprooted the trees. Ma Yashoda, Nand Baba, all the gopis and gopas, they looked at them, children. No, we saw. Shri Krishna uprooted the trees and we saw two celestial beings and he was talking to them. They were divine and then they went up. Everybody decided not to listen to the children. The children kept telling them. They said, no, bacche hain. They don't know what they're talking about. And then what happened? Ma Yashoda said, my fault, Shri Krishna. From now on, I will never be angry with you. I will never tie you. I'll never hit you. You are whose child? Nand Baba's or mine? No, I am Papa's son only. I don't like you anymore. You were so mean to me. First you put me down, then you tied me and see, I could have gotten hurt, right? I know. And Yashoda started crying. She felt so bad. Krishna, please forget this episode. Don't remember that I had ever tied you. Please, please, please don't remember this. Krishna said, this is something I'll never forget, that you did this to me. How could you? What kind of a mother are you? And Ma Yashoda is crying and weeping and she's feeling so sad. Now everybody's feeling sad. Even Nand Baba is feeling sad. Even Krishna is feeling sad. So Shri Krishna said, Ma, no, I'm your son first. I'm not Nand Baba's son. Yes, because mummy wanted to set her child right? Why? Because everybody was saying Krishna is chor. That is where it all started, right? He did chori in his own house. And so mummy had to set him right? And Ma Yashoda came and she hugged Shri Krishna. And she took him inside and she kept telling him, never remember that I tied you. And Shri Krishna in his mind said, Ma, this is one thing I will never forget. That you tied me in so much of love and devotion. How can I forget that, Ma? When I go to Mathura tomorrow, I will never forget this. And this bond between you and me of love and devotion will always be there. Be it Rukmini, be it Arjun, be it Krishna, nobody would be able to break this bond. Ma, because you are the only one who could tie me in so much of love and devotion. How can I forget, Ma, how much you loved me? This is Damodar Leela. Any questions, any doubts? There was a lot of scolding for all of us. Huh? Anything that came to your mind? What is pyar? What is love? Think about it. When we say, I love her, right? Is that love? भक्ति और प्यार एक ही है. भक्ति और attachment एक ही नहीं है. What we have, love is superior and attachment is inferior. Love can be only with the Lord. Love cannot be with anybody else. What we have with people around us, be it our children or a husband or a mother or a father, is attachment. It is not love. Love is pure. Attachment is not. तो भक्ति और प्यार एक ही है, पर भक्ति और attachment एक ही नहीं है. And the day you have that divine love for him, you will have that same divine love for your children also. तब भक्ति और प्यार एक है. But the way we are using love nowadays, you know how lucidly we say, I love you, I love my children, I love my husband. No, it is all attachment. Had she been your daughter, probably I would not have loved her as much. Because she is my daughter. Because this body associates with that body. I say I am attached to her, right?
Even with the God, we will be like attachment. For the attachment purpose only, we will be praying to them. If
Yes.
it is like really we are attached to Him, then we will not ask anything.
Not ask anything.
Love and
Because there will be no expectation. Over here, whenever you read any story, at the end of it, what are they asking? I want to listen to your talks, I want to listen to your thought, I want to do your work, I want to have devotion to your feet. They're not asking for anything else. They're not even asking for the Lord. And you know who asked for the Lord and cried? And he's still crying. He's another boy like Prahlad. Prahlad was witty. He did not ask. Dhruv, he asked. And he still regrets. They say, abhi bhi Dhruv Tara hai. Wahan pe Dhruv is not sitting on his singhasan. He's sitting in that corner and he's crying. He's saying, when the Lord came, why did I ask for something? Why did I not ask for devotion? We have done Dhruv's story also, right? So they tell us, when the Lord comes, ask for Lord. And yes, love and bhakti ek hi hai, if we have the definition of love and the definition of bhakti right.
But when the Lord really comes, are we supposed to? Can we even ask anything?
Happens. If we look at the stutis, most of the time, you'll see, when Dhruv, for instance, let's take Dhruv's example. When the Lord came in front of him, he was speechless. He did not have anything to say. He could not do any stuti.
That's what I
Yeah, kuch bhi nahi hoga. But then what happens? By His grace, He touches and then the words start flowing. Because when He comes, we are not there anymore actually. When the Lord comes, He is there only. We lose the sense of our own existence.
I mean, it's not a very big example, but whenever I never go to the temple here, it's like after 2 years I went.
Yeah.
It was like suddenly. So I went and I was like I was not even praying there. I was just staring. I was not even getting a word. Even Sai Baba, everyone
Yes.
is there in our
Right.
temple, right? So I was like, okay, chalo.
Yes.
I mean, I just went and I just came back. I was feeling like at home only I am doing so much. Why I didn't even say a single word over there?
Whom will you talk to? See, when the Lord is there is nobody else left. When you are there and the Lord is there, then you'll talk. But when only the Lord is there will be a state, and we all come to that state sometime or the other. When only He is there. When only He is there, who will talk, who will ask? And that time, and it happens to most of the artists. Always remember, we can look at all this happening in front of us. When you look at an artist performing, okay, when a pianist is playing, or an artist, like, he's making his best art, or whenever somebody is doing that race and he goes beyond himself and you ask him, how did you do it? He will say, I did not do it. I was not there only. At that time, the universe, the Lord takes over, and then a masterpiece comes. When you become one with that divine, and it happens to all of us, कभी ना कभी हमने भी ये हुआ है हमारे साथ में. But we are not able to stay at that level. We just come down. And the entire objective is to stay at that level. We all oscillate, We oscillate from that sattva, rajas, tamas. So if we want to stay at that state, we don't stay at sattva also. We have to go to the gunatita avastha. It can happen. Right? Anything else? Yeah. And close the session. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 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 Ram Lakshman Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Ram Lakshman Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Ram Lakshman Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki Bolo Bajrang Bali Ki Jai Jai Shri Ram Jai Shri Krishna Jai Hanuman Jai Hanuman